Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So I'm going to do this right out of the gate. This is something a little bit different, but please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and channel because I think the subject matter of today's video is going to send me to the shadow realm, but I don't care. Now, before we get into the actual topic of today's video, I want to share this first, which is related to the reason why I'm saying all these things. YouTube and Google just admitted that for years, they were censoring and banning channels for saying things that were upsetting the Biden administration. Yes, they were punishing people for political speech. And now they're saying, hey, look, if you're punished by this, come to us and we might give you a reinstation on the platform. Crazy stuff. This was considered a conspiracy theory for many years, and now it's been confirmed in front of the whole world. Now, what am I talking about today that's so controversial? Well, here was my honest and raw reaction to what I saw last night. I made this tweet, and I'm going to quote it. Watching pregnant women guzzle bottles of Tylenol to get likes on TikTok. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you, this is not hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration. This is what I actually saw in many different videos. Pregnant women taking copious amounts of Tylenol, a drug, to get likes on social media, and also doing so to spite their political opponents. Now, why are people doing this? Well, besides mental illness, they're doing this because the other day, the Trump administration said that autism is tied to pregnant women using copious amounts of Tylenol. Now, you can disagree with this. I think it's reasonable to challenge these claims. I think it's fair to challenge these claims. But I do not think it is reasonable or fair to needlessly take copious amounts of drugs to get likes on social media. Because that's what's happening before our eyes. There are women, pregnant women, who are not in pain, who are not suffering, who are taking copious amounts of Tylenol to get likes on social media. Now, some people might be thinking to themselves like, Rev, come on. How many people are doing this? It's a viral trend on social media. I'm going to play just a small snippet of people doing this. It's disturbing. Well, guys, don't let me distract you from the videos going on in the background. Please watch them. But I plan to play some like clown music that is approved by YouTube in the past, and I haven't looked at their library of approved songs in many years, but now you have to pay money to play these videos. Like, I wanted to play a song, and it's like $50 to use it for your video. Like, no, dude. In the past, they had approved music you could just play, but yeah, apparently not anymore. I'm confused. It's really weird. Not weird to the point of these people, but anyways, yeah. Again, I will reiterate. If you challenge these claims made by Trump, where he's saying that if you take Tylenol during your pregnancy, your child might have an increased risk of autism. If you challenge that, I think that is reasonable. But what's not reasonable is hearing that and responding by taking unnecessary and copious amounts of Tylenol while carrying a child. That is disgusting. And if I had one thing to say to these women, it's this. You hate Trump more than you love your own child. Let me repeat that. If this is the highlight of my video, please let it be this. These people hate Trump more than they love their own child. Let that sink in. Okay? You can challenge what he is saying. And if you're a caring mother, you don't hear his words and want to challenge by taking the drug that might harm your child. Whether it does or not, if you hear this warning, if your reaction to it is to basically find out if it will, not because you're in pain, not because you're suffering, but just because you want to prove a point and get likes on social media, you are a monster. I believe this right here is child abuse. How else do you describe this? It's child abuse. Even if the claim being made is objectionable, any caring mother would not take the risk. And these people do it with smiles on their face. They really do, including medical professionals like this. It's so disturbing. And you know what? Let me go a step further. Even if there's no link between what the mother does with Tylenol and the child they conceive, taking copious and unnecessary amounts of Tylenol can hurt you. That's not a secret. That's something that has existed on warning labels for years. It can cause liver failure. Why would you risk that? Why are you so smug while you're doing this? You might hurt your child, and at the very least, you might hurt yourself. And you're doing it for likes on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very hard couple of weeks. But here's the very sad part. It's hard to see, but it is necessary. You need to see these kinds of people for what they are, and they have revealed themselves to us. Consider it a sort of disturbing gift. We know these people walk among us who celebrate the assassination of Charlie Kirk via political violence, and now they're potentially risking their own pregnancies to get likes on social media. What are we doing? And here's the interesting part. Back in 2017, the official Tylenol account responded to someone basically saying, I use your drug whenever I'm pregnant. They said this: "We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today." Like I said, back in 2017. Do you see the traction on this tweet? 77,000 likes, 43,000 reposts, most of which are quotes, people talking about it in one way or another. But yeah, it's trust the science until the science doesn't agree with you for a lot of these people. This is a very interesting reply. And what happens from here, I don't know. At the end of the day, whether or not the claims made by the Trump administration are true or untrue, people have gone mask off. And they've shown us what they really are. People who will see a perceived risk and say, I hate you more than I love my own child, and I'll put them at risk to get likes on social media. It is absolutely disgusting. That's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't really know what else to say. I'm not someone to be at loss for words, but that's the way I feel the last couple of days. And thank you for hanging in there with me. I know these topics are a little heavier, a little different than recent, but the response to it has been insane. This has been, I think, the biggest month of growth in my channel's history. Let that sink in. We're tackling really hard subjects, and we're growing. And I've been told, and I would tell others honestly, going after topics like this, it might and likely will backfire on you. And people won't want to see it, and they'll leave. I've had the exact opposite effect. More support than ever, and I just want to say thank you guys as we kind of trudge through this really harsh landscape we live in, but I won't bore you guys anymore. I won't drone on forever. That's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.